Settling it down, sending it over to Anderson on the left wing, plays it towards Gordichuk, steers it aside. Gordichuk aggressively out of his net to paddle the puck over to the near side midboards. Sheik pinches in, sends it towards the net, batted out of the air by a high stick of Shinkarik. He'll have to leave it behind. Efimov-Barakov playing it over to the near side circle. Up the left wing, carrying it ahead is Tesserero. Off the back of the net, over to the left wing. Anderson lifting it ahead. Gliding back, and the long hair flowing of number 44, Dominic Minocchio. Sends it into the attacking zone. Minocchio looks like he could be a basis
for neutral zone. Solid hands. His 38 points are second on the team. You got to shut that line down. Simple as that.
Along the midboards doing battle, and Shane Morrissey is able to flip it out towards the neutral zone where Danilic will settle it down, playing it ahead on the right wing. Now off the legs of Ethan Bush-Anderson, and Bunnell with a nice pass out to Morrissey. Morrissey looking to get around a defender. He does. Wrist shot, glove save, Gordichuk. Kept in by Bush-Anderson. Bush-Anderson was upended, gets back to his feet and adjusts his helmet. He gets an early introduction as he came together there with Efimov-Barakov. Here's Atwell lifting it up into the air, gloved down by Troy Murray. And we will get a stoppage in play as they will deem that offsides, and we will do it from the neutral zone. 7 minutes, 37 seconds gone by Sam Turner.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable play by Turner there. Don't lose your man. Stay on him, stay on him. It just gets enough of the stick where Shinkarik can't get the clean connection there. I mean, that's an empty net goal waiting to happen between, again, Morrissey and Shinkarik. It just doesn't come to fruition.
Give credit to Morrissey, though. It was that initial move that got Gordichuk out of position.
Bush-Anderson looking across the way, intercepted, a shot attempt blocked in front, a rebound try, they score! Connect with Tesserero. Now here's Mealy up with Anderson. Mealy off the chin of Anderson and plays it ahead. Anderson looking to the net, save Gordichuk, pouncing on it headlong. As Anderson using his head to get involved in that play. That puck bounced up in front of him and still was able to get a shot off.
Well, it stings a little bit, but when you've got the opportunity to get one on goal, yeah, you'll put up with that. But look at how different this line is already. Simply replacing Matthias Kasich with Steve Mealy. Now you're getting speed. Now you're getting those zone entries.
It also allows Anderson to get out on the wing, whereas Kasich is a winger, so Anderson has to shift towards the middle.
Giving chase is Brawson. He's got Sheik and Listmayer. Brawson wins the puck away from Sheik, trying for the stuff-in try on the far side post, but it got sent out in front, rolled off the toe of his stick.
Sheik's got to make sure he keeps his hands down on that.
Kelly will send it out into the neutral zone, and Sheik is still learning the tendencies and just how strong the professional players are compared to Division III Lebanon Valley College, where he was a Dutchman.
And that's the thing, you know, this is as a professional. Now, he played junior hockey with the Connecticut Junior Oilers, so it's possible that he already has worn a face shield, and, you know, not the full bird cage that you get in college. It's quite the adjustment.
The goaltender, and Danville was just passing with pleasure on that sequence, moving the puck ever so gracefully to the top, to the bottom. They just didn't get any good shots, and luckily the puck, or the post comes off its mooring.
Nieher looking to send it down low. It finds the stick of Aaron Atwell instead. Here's Tesserera. Tesserera, Nieher, and Efimov-Barakov are the three forwards out there for the Danville Dashers. Carrying it ahead is Ensor. He's met by a couple of hat-trick stick. Picking it off is Efimov-Barakov to Nieher. Long slap shot from the high slot, gloved down by Dylan Kelly. 2 seconds remains in the penalty to Carter Shinkarik, so the Dashers will get one more offensive zone draw with the man advantage.
Let's see if Danville's defense, and let's see where they line up. Yes, it's an offensive zone faceoff. Only 2 seconds left on that penalty, though. Carter Shinkarik by himself in the neutral zone. Danbury's got to be looking that way.
It will be Tesserero in the faceoff dot against Corey Anderson. Anderson, Dearson, Atwell, and Bush-Anderson will be the four-man penalty kill unit. Shinkarik is out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5.
Well, good job there by Seth Ensor. He backs out of the zone before the puck does, stops that pass from ever getting through to Shinkarik.
Now here's Anderson with a head of steam. Anderson can develop a 2-on-1. Anderson to the net. He scores! Forward in front of him. He recognizes that Ruiz is back in the defensive zone. A forward by trade. He gets him spinning like a topping in the defensive zone and burns him for a backhander. And backhanders have been really the thorn in Dylan Kelly's side these last couple of weeks. As we hit the final minute of play here in the first period, the Dashers answer back and get a 2-1 lead. I will say, going back to that goal for the Danbury hat tricks, though, gentlemen, is that Ethan Bush Anderson was credited with the primary assist. That is his first point as a Danbury hat trick and his first point in the last 17 games. He had not scored since January 17th.
Nice coming to Danbury like that.
So I'm sure that he is wiping his brow, and he's happy to finally find his way onto the stat sheet. Nevertheless, he and his squad will have to come from behind in this one. Out to the far side point, Kendall Bolin-Porter chips it ahead. Sticked down by Murray. Murray trying to pitchfork it up. It instead goes out of play, up into the 200 section, overhanging the far side of the ice.
And they said it touched the glass first, so there's no delay.
Faceoff will remain to the right of Gordachuk, and we'll get a line change for the hat-tricks as Morrissey, Shinkarik, and Bunnell will make their way onto the ice, replacing Mealy, Anderson, and Dearson. It will be Nieher in the faceoff dot, countered by Shinkarik. Shinkarik gets it back intended for Morrissey and instead finds its way to Bolin-Porter. Long wrist shot seen all the way and held by Gordachuk. 40.5 remaining in the first. Shinkarik and Nieher once more do battle to the right of Gordachuk. Tied up, finds its way out to Brown. Brown has a body in front of him, elects to go around the perimeter. Shinkarik looking for Morrissey. Morrissey on the near side post, quickly covered up by Gordachuk. Active glove hand there, getting it down on the ice.
And Morrissey just mishandled that puck. He had actually a little bit.
Sticking into the hat trick's end.
Well, the game's opened up a little bit more here, guys. Good attack for Danville. Back the other way. Danbury comes rushing, and again, that Bunnell, Morrissey, and Shinkarik line just moving the puck so well.
Morrissey's shot gets turned out by Gordachuk. Had Anderson planted in front. Now a flittering puck finds its way out to Efimov-Barakov. That shot gets sent wide off the stick of Brawson. Picked up by Mealy. Slides it to Anderson, who in turn flicks it up to Dearson. Dearson has a man to beat. Dearson on the backhand. His shot stopped by Gordachuk. Another try gets sent wide. Trailing slapper by Bush Anderson gets rifled wide. Redirected out in front. Kept alive by Anderson as Mealy behind the end line. Monocchio trying to chase after the puck. It'll be flipped out by Brawson. And the Dashers get their goaltender bailing them out, but back in comes Atwell, steered out by Gordachuk. Anderson throws a hard hit on Brawson, keeps the puck in deep. Monocchio behind the end line, takes a check from Mealy. Dearson at the midboards. Loops it around the perimeter of the wall. Dearson throws a check. Dashers able to get it out to the red line. Now picked up once more. In with a head of steam is Levesque. Has Dearson behind him. Ruiz across the way. Ruiz at the hash marks. Sends it into the corner. Spins away from Troy Murray. Setting it up in front, looking for Levesque. Levesque couldn't get a shot off. Now carried up the left wing. Here's Quintos. Dumps it in. Met by
so much going on, and Gordachuk just pretty much guesses wrong. That's really what you want for Danbury. That energy that they started the period with pays off here, and because Bolin-Porter is a forward by trade, he's not afraid to jump into that rush, knows he has help behind him, and that's what creates all that traffic in front. And you just saw the line's chemistry building. I really like that setup with obviously keeping Shinkarik and Morrissey together and then adding a very similar player in Gordy Bunnell on that same line. You see how well they move the puck with each other.
I was just going to mention, Jack, that as Kendall Bolin-Porter, he's been playing on the defense this evening. He's played defense a couple of different times over the last couple of weeks with players coming in and out as that one gets sent into Dylan Kelly's padding. And with all the absences and players shuffling in and out of the lineup, Bolin-Porter is finally able to generate a rush opportunity there with Shinkarik and Bunnell. I'm sure he's been waiting for the opportunity because speed is really Bolin-Porter's primary asset that he has in his arsenal.
Oh, you think his eyes just lit up as he looks ahead. He sees, all right, 2 guys in white, 2 guys in black, and I can jump in on this? Yes, please.
Over to the far side midboards it goes, where Efimov-Barakov turns around, tries to get it towards the net. It's instead met by Anderson. Slides it up to Atwell, leads the rush. Atwell trying to get around a defender. Winds and fires, trying to pick a corner and finds glass. Now Efimov-Barakov with the lead pass now finds Zylek. Countered by Zylek in the faceoff dot. It's won by Shinkarik. Morrissey trying to get a shot off. It's blocked in front by Justin Brawson. Behind the end line it goes. Shinkarik and Bunnell colliding now with Daniluk. Daniluk trying to win the puck away from Shinkarik. He does terrific work there by Daniluk, but not out of the zone just yet. Now here's Efimov-Barakov speeding ahead. 2-on-1 developing. He's got Brawson with him. Efimov-Barakov broken up by Atwell. Savvy stick work there.
Atwell breaking up a 3-on-1 because Ethan Bush Anderson, he poked at the puck. You either got to get the puck or the body. Bush Anderson got neither.
They will deem the hat tricks entering in offsides.
And see if they could take their first lead.
Mealy gets it back to Morrissey. Ruiz at the far side circle. Ruiz, Mealy, Bronner, Morrissey, and Shinkarik, the 5-forward unit out for the Danbury hat tricks. Bronner cycles it looking for Mealy. One hands it ahead as Ruiz in the corner. Digs it out. Looking towards the net. Rings it off the iron. Now Morrissey at the far side circle. A drop pass to no one. And it'll be picked up in a rush opportunity. Oh, Turner forgot the puck. Efimov-Barakov will settle it down. And the hat tricks catch a break and keep it in deep. Has Morrissey in front. Looking for him. Shank just wide. Now a setup in front again. And Mealy couldn't get a stick on it. Back pass to Ruiz. Sends a slapper off the end boards. Morrissey fields at the far side post. Bronner along the boards finds Ruiz at the point. 1:15 to go in the power play. Bronner setting the screen in front. Errant shot finds its way out to Morrissey as Shinkarik across the way. Looking for him and finds him with a saucer pass. Shinkarik maneuvers to his right to Ruiz in the corner. Ruiz to Bronner at the post. Looking for the setup in front. Morrissey's shot blocked in front by Efimov.
You wouldn't consider the Lord of the Rings fourth movie to be The Hobbit, would you?
No. But you would consider it the prequel, I suppose.
I mean, it's a I don't know. Hey, guys, look, there's a hockey game.
Anderson tries to play it towards the net, taken down. Kasich with a turnaround shot, gets redirected up into the netting after rudely interrupting our Rocky conversation. And it goes up into the netting with 5:37 to go.
Do you consider Creed a spinoff? I mean, it clearly is.
It's a continuation of an ongoing plot line. It's an epic saga. You're watching an opera unfold before you, where everyone is related to everyone. It's like a grounded in reality Star Wars.
I'm trying to think of another movie series that you would compare it to. Maybe the Harry Potter, and now you have the
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts, exactly. It's not necessarily the same series.
It's a cinematic universe.
It's the universe, exactly.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, dumped into the attacking zone, and it will roll around the top of the glass and go up into the netting. And we'll see where they decide the face-off should come.
Should come outside. Nobody on Danbury's team managed to touch that puck as it took it. I'm not sure if it hit somewhere on the boards or what, but it suddenly just hopped up and out of play. And Justin Brawson would like an explanation, but face-off should come out into the neutral zone, and maybe they'll line it up at center ice, although not sure why it would be there. Well, now we have time. Back to movies.
Perhaps it's just fresh in my mind because I did rewatch Creed 2 the other night. That could be why.
Well, it looks like Justin Brawson Esquire won his case, and they're going to move the face-off back into the Danbury zone, and Billy McCreary not happy with it.
Face-off will be to the right of Dylan Kelly. Shinkarik will win it back. Aaron Atwell flips it over to Gordy Bennell on the left wing side. Met by a couple of hat tricks, but keeping it alive is Efimov-Barakov. Bush Anderson back to Atwell. Atwell over to Bennell on the left wing, pinching in and keeping it alive is Ensor. He gets it over towards Dylan Kelly with a chopping shot, and Kelly will settle it down and freeze the puck. A lot of whistles here in this 5-minute mark.
Yeah, it's been a choppy couple of minutes, and just
come back towards him. Now Hine once more looks up ice. Bouncing puck, settled down by Kelly, and he'll hold in an offensive zone faceoff for Danville.
You know, as much as it's annoying when the Danville Dashers, they're doing a good job. They put the puck on goal, and then they follow up on their shot. It makes the goaltender uncomfortable. However, I know Dylan Kelly. I know Dylan Kelly, say, in shootout situations, where if his mind can hit another level, where he's, well, quite frankly, playing angry, but plays well.
Dylan Kelly will get a piece of that one, and it will go into the near side corner, where a one-time shot by Hawgood gets through traffic and redirects off the glass. Now another setup in front as Kelly will hold on to that one, and Steve Brown with a bit of extracurricular activities. There were a couple of dashers in front of him, specifically Patrick Zylak.
You haven't seen a ton of traffic in front of the net for Danville in this game, but that one's a much better opportunity. Just get guys to the front of the net, and I think...
Nice job by Nieher. He knows that he has 5 forwards out on the ice. He takes advantage.
Here's Shinkarik up for Ruiz. Morrissey on the left side. Ruiz along the wall with 5 seconds to go. Bronner has Morrissey in front of the net as well as Bunnell. To Ruiz, 2 seconds in one. The imploration for shoot.
He awkwardly went down to the ice. There was nobody in front of the net, so I'm not sure if he caught a rut, but it took him a few seconds to recover.
Shinkarik being harassed from behind by Efimov-Barakov. Kasich being chased from behind by Efimov-Barakov. It'll be taken and sent back in towards Dylan Kelly, who steers it aside. Minute to go in the power play. Shinkarik to Morrissey. Morrissey keeps his feet moving. Sends it up to Bronner. Just out of reach of him, it'll be taken away by Ensor. He'll retreat behind his own net. Pursued by both Kasich and Bronner. He'll kiss it off the glass and get it down the length of the ice.
And just no time in the zone for Danbury other than
about how speed was his primary asset earlier in the broadcast, and boy, is he ever putting that on display here.
Yeah, he's been excellent tonight. I think his all-over game is strong, especially because Steve Brown, usually more of an immobile defenseman, likes to play the strong game.
Here's Shinkarik entering in right side. Shinkarik cutting to the net. Save Gordachuk. Rebound bouncing around in front, trying to shove it home on the near side post. And covered up by Gordachuk, but a hooking call will be assessed against the Dashers to go in the man advantage. Kelly, a long pass, finds Dearson. Dearson has Mealy and Kasich hopping over the bench boards. Mealy enters in, met by the defense. So that was Ensor knocking the puck off the stick. 2 seconds and one, that will do it for the power play. Here's Kasich behind the net with Mealy in front. Over for Dearson, sharp angle try, paddled aside by Gordachuk. Turner, checked by Kasich, leaves it for Ensor. Over to the right wing and carried up now by Hawgood, fresh out of the box. 12 minutes remains in regulation time. The Hat-Tricks lead 3-2. Dylan Kelly will hold on to the puck. Zylak was there pressuring him in front. And it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Dashers as they try to even up the score.
I think Danville needs to really move to the net. He's been skating well in this game. He gets knocked off the puck just at the end. Gordachuk out of position, and Mealy hungry for the rebound, being able to stifle that in. Oh, Steve Mealy with a smile on his face as he walked in the building, excited for today's game. The price pays off, and an ever so needed insurance goal for the Hat-Tricks.
For Steve Mealy, it is his first goal since January 9th, so I'm sure it is a nice moment for him to finally get back into the goal column. As you mentioned, Jack, his 5th goal of the season, and the assist will be to Casper Dearson, as Dearson, with a beautiful power move to get through. That whole thing starts because no one really marked Dearson. When he picked up the puck in his own zone, he started carrying it ahead, and it's almost like Dearson was surprised at how much open space they were giving him.
Again, Danville's had a couple of moments where they just aren't quite prepared at Danbury's carrying the puck. I mean, there are lanes that are just wide open for Danbury to just carry on through. There's no resistance, and that's really how all 4 of these goals have started, was just space that's open there for Danbury. Nobody in a white uniform to step up and take on the man, and Dearson creates that opportunity where Mealy taps in.
On the ice, and they're on the power play.
The Hat-Tricks just went about 10-15 seconds down a man.
And it's not to say that this happens right after the long break in the second intermission either. I mean, this is after Danbury's able to score an extra insurance goal and have sustained time on power plays. They just fell apart.
At this point, that's in the rearview mirror,
yeah.
That long holdover. We're 7 minutes and 19 seconds away from the end of regulation time. 15 seconds remains in this power play.
And Casey, to answer your question before, officially 6 seconds between the shorthanded goals.
Certainly didn't feel that long.
No, it didn't, but that's what the score sheet says.
Well, I'm reminded of the Washington Capitals, who scored 2 goals in 2 seconds officially.
That's the fastest, fastest in NHL history.
That is correct. It wasn't quite that quick, but it certainly felt like it as Gordachuk backhand gloves it and will hold as we're back to even strength. Perhaps mercifully, if you're on the Danbury.
Winners this season in Carolina. So a lot of pressure here in this game now for Danville if they want to hold that third spot right now.
Danville right now feeling a bit of momentum as within the span of 6 seconds they came into a tie now for the second most shorthanded goals in the league with 13 as a team. We knew their penalty kill unit was good. They came in at 85.1% efficiency. We didn't know it would be that offensively potent.
And that's the thing, a pair of goals, that hurts enough, but doing it shorthanded?
Anderson with a shot redirected into the corner. That's the cardinal sin when you're on the power play. There are two things you can never do on a power play. That's ice the puck and put the puck in your own net. Carrying it in now is Brawson. Knocked off the puck by Atwell. Dearson brought down, ridden into the boards, comes up a bit shaken. Anderson dumps it in deep. Bunnell will give chase. Bunnell ridden into the boards. Plays it towards the net. Gordichuk steers it aside. Behind the net. Here's Hawgood. Looking to escape. Punched out of the air by Hine. Third period on the forward lines. Waning seconds of the power play. Brown gets to it. That'll do it for the man advantage. Cruiseless Mayer back out of the box. Will make his way towards the bench. He'll be replaced by Gordy Bunnell. Holding on to it is Dmitry Daniluk. Off the glass and out by Steve Brown. 1:10 to go in regulation time. If we do not have a goal in the next minute and 10 seconds, there will be overtime. Streaking in is Quintos behind the defense, barreling into Kelly, and Kelly turns it aside.